Episode 4, Blades and Betrayal. The mountain winds screamed louder than ever as night cloaked the Highland Fortress. The moon hung low, its pale light casting silver shadows across the rugged terrain. Lorcan stood near the lion enclosure, his eyes locked with the fierce gaze of his beast. Silent, loyal and restless, the lion mirrored his storm within. Word had arrived at dusk. Selene Valaman's top spy had been captured inside Shadowmind territory. Her execution was scheduled at the next moonrise. The weight of decisions pressed harder than the steel on his back. Ronan's voice echoed in his memory. This isn't just about her. It's about what you let happen next. Ronan, ever the realist, was inside the war room preparing defences. Cale, however, stood at Lorcan's side, holding a sealed scroll from Queen Alara. It was brief and clear. If you save her, you gain Valamund. If you don't, we all burn alone. In the dark of night, Lorcan made his choice. Without the knowledge of Highland's council, Lorcan led a small covert unit through the eastern mountain passes. Only Cale, a handful of Highland's fiercest warriors, and the lion accompanied him. Each step was treacherous, the cliffs narrow and the risk higher than ever. Shadowmind lands were a maze of deceit and assassins. Deep inside Shadowmind's domain, the fortress was unlike anything they'd seen. Black stone towers curved like claws toward the sky, and crimson fires flickered behind narrow slits in the walls. Within its depth, Selene was chained in silence, bruised yet unbroken. The masked interrogator whispered promises of mercy, but Selene spat in his face, even with blood on her lips. As Lorcan and his team reached the outskirts, Cale studied the terrain. "This isn't a fortress," he muttered. "It's a trap with a crown." But Lorcan had already seen too much betrayal to fear it. He waited for the right moment, for the guards to shift, the night to deepen, and then struck like the mountain storm he was raised in. Steel clashed against steel, shadows danced violently under torchlight. Lorcan fought not like a soldier, but like a force unleashed. His dual blades carved through trained assassins, while Cale covered his flank and the lion tore through enemy lines with primal fury. In the heart of the chaos, they reached Selene. Her chains broke with a single strike. "You came," she whispered. "I said I would," Lorcan replied, offering his hand as screams echoed in the halls behind them. But as they escaped into the forest, Selene's warning cut through the silence. This was too easy. They let me go. And she was right. Back in Shadowmind, Lord Verin, the masked manipulator, watched their retreat from his high tower. Around him stood two figures in the shadows, both from rival kingdoms. One wore the Ironwall crest beneath a grey cloak. The other bore a naval ring from Seahold. Their alliance was silent, but deadly. "Now Highland will think they've won something," Verin whispered. "Let them taste hope. It makes the betrayal sweeter." Meanwhile, in Ironwall, King Aldric read a falsified report handed by Commander Thorn. It spoke of Highland troops interfering in Seahold waters, an act of aggression. Thorn played his role well. "They've grown arrogant. Lorcan grows dangerous." Aldric's eyes narrowed. "Prepare the legions." Back in Highland as dawn broke, Lorcan returned a hero, but with heavy shoulders. Queen Alara's emissary arrived that same morning with a new pact, forged in secret ink. But Cale, ever watchful, warned him. "Something is shifting. This rescue, it was their game, and we just played it." Lorcan turned his eyes toward the horizon, where distant drums echoed faintly in the air. War was no longer a question. It was coming. Not with a declaration, but with betrayal. Had just stepped into the center of it. End of Episode 4, Blades and Betrayal.